Hi everyone. So this is going to be a self-practice class, just so we kind of develop a sense of practicing through the week, apart from actually in a kind of set class. So this is going to just be in a way what I might do at home when I'm just practicing. It's going to be a gentle flow, quite a steady pace. And just looking to open up all parts of the body, also to find some movement and then drop into stillness at points as well. So we're going to start in standing this morning. And you'll come into a position hips width apart. You just spend a few moments allowing your eyes to shut. Root down into your feet. And with eyes shut, just feeling the body in stillness and finding the flow of your breath within the body. Gaze soft as your eyes open again. And then in-breath, circling up the arms, up overhead, and guiding them back, the palms down to the heart. Do that a few times. I'm going to have to remember to keep my eyes open. I often practice with eyes shut. So keep yours open or shut, just according to how you feel. Now, an in-breath, your right arm's lifting up. And we're going to stretch out either side of the body, right arm coming over. And then over to the other side. Left arm lifting up and over. It doesn't really matter how you're coordinating breath there, but just breathing. Long, steady flow of breath. Both arms coming down in another big circle, breathing the hands up the center line. Just tilting back into a gentle back bend. Out breath, circling the arms down. Hugging your right knee up towards your chest, palms interlace, round the calf. Right foot down. Onto the left side, interlace your fingers the opposite way. Left foot coming down. Both palms lifting up. And interlace fingers, turn them up towards ceiling. And your out breath, palms coming down. Palms coming up again with the in breath. Interlace your fingers the opposite way to ceiling. And on an in breath, lifting the heels. Palms opening, breathing out, and heels coming down. Take your hands around the back of the skull now. Interlace your fingers behind the skull, elbow points to the sides. Lean back and up. And then tucking the head forward into chin, throat to chin. Head coming up, arms coming down. In breath, join your shoulders up towards ears. Breathe in and hold. Out breath, letting go. Another couple of times. Another in breath, shoulders lifting, pausing. And releasing down. So coming back to the top of your mat and hands up to the heart. Feet can be together or hips width apart. Lift up through the spine to the ground. And feel your feet again settle as you lift up away from bed. An in breath, a big circle, coming into the sun salutations now. Breathing in and breathing out into forward fold. Just sway from side to side in your forward fold. And then before we move any further, we'll just come into a few twists. So your right arm's lifting up, left hand can be on the shin, on the knee, else on the floor, and in front of the left foot, all over to the right. Swapping sides. Coming back again and folding. In breath, offer your spine forward, hands on the shins, the knees, your version. And we're lying palms down and we're stepping back into plank. Take your time to arrive, an in-breath, looking forward. Really anchor hands, feet down to the mat. And your knees down. An out-breath, ease back towards your heels. And we'll find our way through and into Cobra. Take a few breaths here. Your toes sucking under, breathing out. You're riding back into down dog. Yourself one more breath, and then you're coming up to the top of the mat, breathing out. After your spine, breathe in. And folding, breathing out. Coming to rise, breathe in. An in-breath and follow your palms up. Out breath to forward fold. Coming into a couple of twists, 2 rounds either sides. Coming to the first round again. Just take as many breaths as you feel to what's useful to you. Over to the other side. Offer your spine again, and we're coming back and into plank. So make sure your hands are down really firmly on the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Then stepping back, looking forward. Come onto your knees, breathe in, then out breath towards heels. Come into Cobra. Find your way up and into down dog. Getting ready to move forward on the out breath. Off your spine and folding. Come up to rise, breathe in. and arriving back in the heart. So do one more round. Do follow your own breath flow as you're moving. It doesn't really matter about ins or out breath. Just feel the body really opening to the breath. Arriving with an in-breath, palms above head. And folding. I'm going to carry on doing a few twists, but do move through if you'd like to. Do another round of twists before I come back into plank. Offering spine and in-breath. You arrive into plank. And you're ready to move to all fours, heels, and a few breaths in cobra. And arriving up into down dog. Now bending your right knee, coming right up onto the ball of the right foot, left leg straight, and an in-breath floating up the right leg up behind you. And we're going to circle the right knee into the core and take it into the circle out to the right hand side. Do one more. And the last one. And your right foot coming down. We come through into cobra again, so you'll lie down to all fours, heels, and a few breaths again into cobra. Take your time and arriving back into down dog. And we're circling the left leg. So in breath, come right up onto the ball of the foot, anchor into your left heel. Anchor into your right heel. And left leg floating up. Into 3 rounds of circles, the left knee coming up to the core, out to the side, back round, and in. In breath, lift up into your down dog. And out breath, you're bringing your feet to the top of the mat. In breath, off your spine. And folding, breathing out. Coming to rise, breathe in. And breathing out, rising in the heart. So both feet together now. Hands at the heart, and we're coming into tree now. So bringing the gaze to a point on the floor in front of you. Then in breath, the right knee lifts up, and you'll catch hold of your ankle and guide the foot into the left thigh, however far up the thigh you want to go. Hands to the heart. Just finding your balance. And if it's a steady balance day, the palms lifting up. Otherwise, hands on the hips, or at the heart. See how it feels if you soften the gaze. Palms coming down. And the right foot gliding back to the floor. Left knee lifting. And you're catching hold of the ankle and guiding it into the right thigh. Anywhere along the length of that leg. Palms to the heart again. To the waist. And then either keeping them there or lifting up. Soften the gaze. And finding your way back down. We're coming into the opening out of the sides of the body again. Right arm lifting up, both feet together here. And just swaying over to one side. Coming back around, over to the other. Do 2 more rounds. And the final round. And your hands to the heart again. Just turning back to the top of the mat. But finding our way up and back into plank. The out breath folding. Offering spine. And then hands rooting down as you step back and into plank. On an out breath, lift up and back into down dog. Make sure your feet are hips width apart here. And then your right knee coming down to the mat. Keep your left foot where it is and just turn it then. So you're planting the foot flat just behind your right foot. We're coming into a variation of the side plank now. Left hand can come up to the hip or stretch it over, or else keep it on the floor. Left hand on the hip, and then you're lifting it overhead, that will stay. Left hand down, right knee coming, left knee coming in. Spend that couple of breaths on all fours in. Just put a bit of sway into your hips from side to side. Just feel the sense of drawing up through your belly to support the back of the spine. Okay, your left knee's already in place. Right foot coming behind the left foot. Really anchor that right foot down. The right hand then can lift up to the waist, start. When your back feels stable there, the arms coming up and over. Right hand coming down again. And we're biting our way through into Cobra, so come back into Down Dog. Then an in-breath to your all fours. And find your way back towards heels. Through into Cobra. And arriving up and back into Down Dog. Now going into the next standard side plank now. This time we're going to lift up a leg as well. So you're coming down to all fours. You can start with the left side now so I can talk into the camera. The right foot's coming behind the left knee then. You're lifting it up and your legs lifting as well. And if that's stable, the arms coming over, do keep the hand on the knee if you prefer to. That really stretch out into your limbs here. At the same time, anchor into your hand. Left hand that is, left knee. And you're arriving down on the mat. Again, a little bit of sway through the pelvis and just feel the sense of supporting the base of the spine. I'm going to come into the other side. Just lift myself around. So your right knee now is in contact with the mat. Left foot back, anchor into that right hand. The left arm lifts up with left leg. And then stretching out if that feels right. Keep a strong sense of support at your core. Really help with any wobbling. Left hand coming down, left knee. Bit of sway again, one side to the other. Actually, you're going to take that into the elevates, that sway. So you're circling your pelvis from side to side. And finding your way, toes tucking under, up and into Down Dog. Now lifting your left foot up behind you, breathing in and opening out into the pelvis. Left foot bending, coming out behind you. So you can look underneath your left armpit here. Coming back down and into the other side, right leg lifting up. And taking the foot over to the left hand side, lifting it underneath the right armpit. Right foot coming down. Find your way onto all fours, back towards heels. Through into cobra. And this time we're coming into melting heart. So your hands are walking forward, pelvis up in the air. You're just relaxing down the upper spine, the forehead's on the mat, or else your chin looking forward. Arriving back and onto all fours. Now a few rounds in cat and cow here. We're going to come into another version of side plank, this time reaching back, feel back heel as you lift the foot. And if you find that inaccessible, we can kind of work with either first version, with the knee on the floor, the foot behind on the floor, hands on the hips, or on the floor, or else you can lift that back leg up. Just work within your parameters. Don't feel you've got to get to any end point. It does so ebb and flow how the body kind of feels, and sometimes it's just more useful to almost just kind of step back a little bit and just really work in that steady way within your own parameters, and really working then to build strength, alignment. See if you can relax into the sensation of what you're doing a little bit more. Right knee now on the floor, left foot's coming behind. Then you've got your choices. You're either going to be lifting up that left leg, the arm might lift up as well. As you'll keep the left hand on the floor and maybe the foot on the floor. Another version, reaching out and behind towards this left foot. And then just stretching up and away. Keep the gaze soft wherever you're doing, so it just helps to soften that sense of, as say, moving forward, mind pulling the body forward. A steady core, and you're riding out and back down onto all fours. A bit of sway from side to side. And we're coming over to the other side. So left knee's on the floor, the right foot behind, hand to the hip. Or else the right foot lifting up, right arm lifting up or over. Or else the other version, reaching back towards the foot. And all of this isn't to try and get rid of the wobbles, it's almost to see how far you can relax into that uncertainty, into the shaking, the wobbling. Keeping the gaze soft. Arriving back out and coming down and then into down dog. We're going to do another vinyasa here. So coming down into all fours to your heels and through into cobra, a few breaths. Taking our time in cobra today. And easing up and back into down dog. So now we're going to bring the right foot through between the hands. So either stretching it up above you and then just swinging it through. Whilst coming into standing. Adjusting the feet. And we flip the back foot down. Hips facing forward, arriving into warrior one. For the next breath, taking the arms out to the sides. And then lower them down, straighten up your front leg. And your hands coming down to the mat. If you need to bend your front knee, of course do so. You can even put a block on either side to bring the floor up a little bit higher towards you. Looking forward and folding. And then bending your front knee a little bit and bring your right hand just in front of your right foot. So it's around a foot or so in front of the right foot. From here we're lifting into half movement. Do keep your left hand on the floor if you like the balance. Lifting up your right foot. Maybe a bit of bend through that right arm front knee. Really stretch back into your left foot. And if you are stable there, then your left hand can lift up. Really anchor that right foot to the mat. Make sure you can hear my back clicking here. Then your left hand coming down, joining the right foot. And we just bring the hands, walk them back a little bit, and you're lifting up into your left leg now. And folding down the length of the right leg. Coming back down, left foot down. And stepping back into down dog. Arriving on the left side now, the left leg swinging up. Then you're either swinging it through between the hands, Or else, just stepping up and then planting the foot down. Flip your right foot down, hips facing forward, lifting up and into warrior one. Again, take your hands out to the sides. Then coming into the forward fold. Really hope you're hearing me, and suddenly realising it's very quiet up here today, it feels. And I think I'm talking very quietly, so I hope you actually are able to hear something through all this. You're into your forward fold. And again, do bend that front knee if you need to, but even with a knee bent, you're finding this sense of lift up into your hip bones, almost drawing them out and back. With that out and backness, you can then anchor down this back leg a little bit more fully. Now transitions into half moon. You're just bending your right knee, your left knee a little bit. Left hand comes in front. And then you can take the kind of, how to say, the transition up as slowly as you want. The right leg's going to lift up. Then if you're comfortable, the right hand will either lift up to the waist, or else you can open it up towards the ceiling. See how far you can stretch into each of your limbs. Holding your breath steady in the center of all that. Right hand coming down. And you're into the standing split. So lifting up into your right leg and folding down the left. Next breath. Right foot coming down. And left leg joining. Now either hanging down dog here, or if you are still feeling you'd want to do vinyasa, then this is your time to do so. Onto all fours, riding back to heels. Through into cobra. And back and into down dog. Now just a few breaths coming into full version of side plank. It's quite a core focus class today. So do come into rest or child at any point you need to. You're coming onto the outer edge of your right foot. Left foot's either just tucked behind or else you're stacking on top. The left hand may want to stay on the floor, else you're lifting it up to the waist. And from there it may come up and over. If there are any wobbles, left hand coming down, you're arriving back into down dog. And then onto the outer edge of your left foot And your right foot either just behind that left foot, else stepping them one on top of the other. Adjust your waist, the hand stays on, right hand stays on the floor, lifts up to the waist, or else coming up and over. See how it feels if you soften the gaze. Right hand coming down, and you'll easily up again into down dog. Down onto all fours, back to your heels. And just pause there for a few breaths. And coming through into Cobra. And arriving back onto all fours. And when you're there, we're coming into cat and cow. Out breath, spine curving up. And in breath, your spine lengthening, lifting up into the chest. So allowing your breath to settle here. Really big, expansive movements that we've been doing through the plank. We're now just kind of fine-tuning the focus into this smaller movement. And yet within that smaller movement, you can start to just tune into what's really going on in your spine, along the back. Almost like turning the gaze from the macrocosm, from the big picture, the big landscape, and then focusing in on one little kind of patch of grass and seeing all the minutiae of insect life, blades of grass, in that small area. Left hand now coming underneath right. And we're coming into threading the needle under the twist. And to accentuate that twist, you bring your right elbow up and back. So you're opening up into your upper spine. Fingertips can be on the floor, or else you can have your palm on the floor. Breath to lift the right arm up. And the right hand travelling down. Come back onto all fours. Bit of sway from side to side. And then right hand underneath left, onto the right temple. And you're either up onto the fingertips or down the palm. But again with the left elbow, the joint up and back. Left arm lifting up. The left hand coming down. And left hand down, right hand joining. And we'll swing the legs round and out to the front now. And breathing the arms up. Breathing out, folding down towards the feet, hands on the legs and shins to the sides. Picture your shoulders are soft here. And from here we're going to come into a twist. So left hand coming over to the right leg, the right side of the body. And the right arm lifting out behind you. Switching over, right hand to the left foot or the left leg. Left arm lifting out behind. Switch sides. And again. Keep going from side to side. And your left hand or right hand coming over, so both hands are together. They're going to be crossed here. Look forward, breathe in. And breathing out, folding. Remember to keep the gaze soft in. It will just help to soften that pull, mind on the body. Arms opening, lifting up on the in-breath. And the out-breath now, just coming in a straightforward forward fold, hands on the same sides as the foot. So right, left. A little bit of sway into the body here. And finding your way up again and into sitting. So you're bending your knees now and bring your feet hips width apart. So do line them up, you can almost just look at them there. Coming down onto your spine. And with your in-breath, the arms are going to stay on the floor and we're lifting the pelvis up, arriving into a bridge. How relaxed can you make your feet, your hands, the neck on the floor? And arriving back down on the out-breath. Just walk forwards and backwards on the spine on the mat. It's like you're massaging out the lower spine, up and down. And then, coming into another round, lifting the pelvis up, move down into your feet. If you want, you can interlace your fingers there, making a fist, rooting that fist down to the mat. Lift up into your shoulders, tuck them under a little bit more. A few breaths there. Arms opening, and you're lowering your pelvis down. Your knees coming into the chest. The out breath, draw your knees as closely into your chest as you can. In breath, easing them away. Coming in again with the out breath. And away with the in. And then, last few breaths before Shavasana. Plant your feet down on the mat now. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hands can rest on the belly, or you may just want to iron out through your inner thighs a couple of times. And your eyes shutting for a few breaths. And from here, we're coming into Shavasana, where you may want to just carry on resting with your knees apart. Otherwise, bringing knees together and then stretching out, arriving in lying down. And arriving in lying down. bringing the body into alignment. Feeling each body part in contact with the earth. Allowing yourself to take rest. You do notice the mind catches hold of thoughts. And you're suddenly drawn into a flow of words. Just noting that thinking function. And then just dropping back into the body again. Become aware of sensation. Maybe some feelings. Letting go of the words for the time being. If you'd like to stay longer in Shavasana, then do feel free to do so. But if you need to move on with your day, then just starting to become aware of your surroundings. Moving fingers, toes, gently. Bending knees, rolling on to the side of the body. And finding your way up and into sitting. And here, if you take a comfortable seat and your palms can rest on the lap, you can have them on the knees, up or down. And just drawing up into the spine, the gaze soft, then your eyes shutting. And dropping into your inner landscape. And the flow of your breath. Feeling this flow of vitality. And palms coming up to the heart. And there, bowing forwards. And greeting the flow of your life. And greeting each other. And coming up when you're ready. Letting go of the practice. Thank you.